everyone. I'm Sister Baradal, and I'm interviewing today for the Sisters Community Talks. And today we have Ryan Hunter from Saige Community Food Bank and Community Kitchen. Welcome, Ryan.
Hey.
Did you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Ryan Hunter. I am the co-director and chair of the board of the Saige Community Food Bank and Community Kitchen. It is located at Kawasa Neighborhood House in East Vancouver, and we've been established for about 9 years now for the food bank and about 5 or 6 years now for the community kitchen. And the winter solstice, this will be our 3rd year running.
Tell us a little bit more about your organization.
Basically, at Saige Food Bank, we're a twofold nonprofit organization. The twofold part comes into play that we use food rescue to get most of our resources. So whether that's by donation or foods that we're eventually going to be thrown out from grocery stores, and then we transfer those foods to people in need. Well, we're a no-barrier food bank. Basically trying to catch people that fall through the cracks with the government food banks. So we have no ID, no proof of housing or income, no sign up. So basically you just come to the food bank at 3:30. We hand out numbers lottery style, and then whatever number you get, that's what number you are in line. And a lot of people that we gear to are minorities, so we use a lot of there's a lot of street kids, illegal immigrants, senior Asians, single moms, battered families, queer community because we're a trans and two-spirit and gender non-conforming safe space, the queer community. So basically we just wanted to find a way that we could help people that were hurting in a way that we could do possible. And one of that way I found when I was a street kid in my youth was nutrition. So whether you're having mental health issues or drug and alcohol addictions or depression, etc., one of the few things that can always help no matter what is having healthy food to eat. And
how has the pandemic affected your operation?
Well, due to COVID-19, because before we were a walk-in, hands-on food bank, we ran with anywhere from 15 to 25 volunteers that were from the community. Most often it's people that actually need the services that we have volunteering. So one of the first things we actually had to do is let go of a lot of our volunteers because a lot of those people were people at risk. And I mean, obviously safety comes first when it comes to these kinds of things. The beneficial part of that, though, was that there's a lot of people in the community that have always wanted to volunteer but can't because they're working, and now they weren't working, and so now they have time to volunteer. So we basically had a whole new fleet of volunteers that came in, totally different, demographic group of people. Which has been great. Also, we've gone from delivering or having people come and line up and getting them by hand, that now we actually deliver them to their houses. So that's created large barriers. So we had to change our system altogether. So we started working with OnFleet, who has generously donated thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of technology to us. They are actually partnership with Fresh Prep, which do that to one driver, and then it's all on their phone on a map. That's been a huge thing. So we have people come in at 9 a.m. They pre-pack all the bags. It's over 120 bags pre-packed. And then we have people who deliver them to these people's houses. And then we're also working with at least 25, 30 different organizations in exchanging different kinds of donations, like let's say one group has, 40 cases of fish and we have 30 cases of apples, and so we switch off those kinds of things. One organization gave us a bunch of paper bags that we can use, and we supplemented them with sanitizer because someone donated sanitizer to us. So basically right now it's beautiful because it's a lot on the barter system. It's kind of a beautiful thing to see how people are just willing to help the community. It doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, your gender, your race, your religious beliefs. Right now it's just even the government is handing out money. It's just like, where can we get food and how can we get it there faster?
What kind of things are you most in need of right now?
We are in need of drivers. Yeah, the other co-director, she's in charge of the volunteers the day of the events. She will contact them, usually trying to get the driver's abstract and those kinds of things. So basically we just need someone, people who are available, let's say 1 to 6 p.m., 2nd and 4th Fridays of the month, who can drive, and we're willing to pay for the gas. Part of our donation, we have a COVID response fund that we've started on chuff.org. You can see it by looking up Saige, S-A-I-G-E, Community Food Bank, on chuff.org. And it's COVID-19 Respond Fund. And those monies are going towards honorariums towards drivers for gas fees, grocery cards for people that can't get items that we, if they need canned goods or meats or dairy or halal or whatever specialty kind of items. And I mean, we can always use donations, obviously, or connections with companies that have donations. So, Pretty much anything. Like, obviously right now we're not taking, sometimes we'll take clothing and toiletries and stuff like that. We're not doing that right now, as due to the whole COVID-19, keeping things safe. But I mean, mostly it's hands-on, volunteers, drivers, people that are willing to do pickups for us. Just a little bit more community involvement would be nice, I guess.
Do they need to have a vehicle?
So we have volunteers that come and pack the bags, which don't require a vehicle. Drivers obviously would require.
Is there anything else you would like folks to know?
Like I was saying before, it's a really beautiful thing of watching the community, not just like the queer, the gay community, the indigenous community, the black community, like a lot of the minorities coming together right now and providing for each other, you know? Like, we've been trying to work with Hogan's Alley to start donating to their food program and teaching them how to do the same programs that we're doing. And working a lot with like Anya, which is like a Two-Spirit youth group, supporting them with like food hampers and stuff like that, and trying to get them to help volunteer.
What's bringing you joy these days?
Sleep.
That's fair.
Well, I found that basically from the, like, I have a full-time paid job. This is my unpaid job. That's why I balance them out, my paid job and unpaid job. And then, so right now I find it's just self-care, like the way that I can keep up my full-time work and my volunteer work and helping the community, etc., is through self-care. Like, you know, that 20-minute shower, or laying outside in your underwear reading a good book, you know, taking, you know, that extra little bit of money you have at the end of the month and buying that $100 massage, you know, like taking yourself out for pizza and a glass of wine, pampering yourself, I guess.
I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.